Good afternoon, and thank you for your patience, everyone. Before we start the program, there are a few reminders to take note of. May we remind everyone to simply turn off their camera and mute your microphones, for this may interrupt our program operations. There will be also an appropriate time to use your microphones in our Q&A session and to use your camera in our photo ops. We also encourage to the Zoom participants to change their names to their actual full names, for this will serve the organizers a much more easier time to call a participant during the Q&A session. E-certificates are for free and will be distributed only if the attendee have filled up their evaluation form of this event. Please do take note that we will give the links after the Q&A and some later announcements. Again, the registration form and evaluation forms are different from one another. Feel free to ask questions regarding the topic in our chat box room, Facebook, and YouTube, for they might be entertained later by our guest speaker. In sharing your experience with the webinar, we encourage everyone to use the hashtags #GSREO goals, #CPE Webinar Series 2022, #Aral Diwa Program 2022, #SED 2022. We would also like to thank the participants that came from the following schools: Centro Escolar University, Eastwood's College of Technology, Faith Colleges, National Teachers College, Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology, Our Lady of Fatima University, Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Binyan, Graduate School, Manila, Quezon, Santa Maria, and Santo Tomas Branch, San Beda University, University of Santo Tomas, University of Philippines, Diliman, and Los Baños Branch. Now, to simply start our event proper, may I request everyone to humble themselves in the presence of the Lord as we pray in silence. Please stand by for the video will be played momentarily. Please stand by for we are having a technical difficulties at the moment. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by in honor of our national anthem. Cut. Walang audio. Thank you.
Hello, Kat. Walang audio.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Bayang magiging kalas na sinamanan, alam ng puso, sa litin mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyot ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisikin. Sa dagat at kulot, sa simoy at sa langit mo pagka, may nilatang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang isa't ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na natinig, ang bituin ng araw niya kailan pa medyo nakikinig. Lupa ng araw ng walang ipagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na pag may makami, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Everyone, welcome to our webinar titled Traversing the Value of NFT, Crypto is More Than Trading. Together with the Polytechnic University of the Philippines Department of Computer Engineering, my name is Dominic Johan de las Reyes, and today I will be your webinar master. Again, we are also live in Facebook at PUPGS Research and Extension page and in YouTube at RV Network channel. Now, to give us an idea on what to expect for this afternoon and to formally start our opening remarks on the said topic, let us all welcome and give a virtual round of applause to an astounding NFT project manager, Mr. Thomas Derek Evaristo.
Oh, hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
So, hello and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Thomas Derek Evaristo, an NFT project moderator. So, I've been in the crypto space for almost a year now, but I've recently focused on NFT since the beginning of 2022. So, a little introduction about NFTs. NFT stands for non-fungible token. It's built on the same programming like tokens, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. But the difference is cryptocurrencies are fungible, meaning it can be traded or exchanged for one another. NFTs naman, on the other hand, are non-tradable, or in the description itself, it is non-fungible. So since it's non-fungible, you cannot trade it for another NFT. You can only sell it to the marketplace. So for today, I'm gonna share with all of you my journey in the space, a little bit of my journey in the space. I was someone looking for a source of income way back July 2021. I was trying to earn because I've dropped out of college since 2019. So ayun, I have no job. Luckily, my friends have been starting to enter this space. So that's when I became aware of it. So I started off medyo shaky and losing some money because I don't even know how to look at the charts, how to analyze or even read it. So that's how much of a beginner I am. So that's when I learned the term do your own research. This term is being used a lot in the space because it's really the first thing that you should do naman when you're investing, right? Research is really the key. So another factor that helped me learn more about crypto and NFT stuff is the famous Axie Infinity. I'm pretty confident na everyone in this Zoom meeting is familiar with it or at least narinig niyo na siya. So last year, almost all of my friends became scholars and managers of that play to earn game. This play to earn game also gave a lot of opportunities for Filipinos to earn while staying at home during this pandemic. So ever since Axie made noise here in the Philippines, Filipinos became more aware of crypto and started to explore more about the space. They started looking for other ways on how to earn through over the course of
Sir, excuse me po. Medyo choppy po yung connection po natin ngayon. Sir Thomas.
many Pinoys enter the
Excuse me po,
NFT
Sir
space
Thomas.
specifically. I've seen a lot. So ayun, sum it all up. Currently, in less than a year in the space, more or less mga 10 months, I'm now an NFT project moderator. The one who hosts events, distribute whitelist spots, and talk to the community every day. And I am earning daily by doing it.
Yes po, Sir
So
Thomas. Choppy po yung naging
full time in the NFT space na.
speech niyo,
Ngayon
sir.
lang ba or since kanina? Hello?
Ayun, ang lakas ng delay, sir.
Hello?
Wait.
Hello? Okay, choppy siya. From the start, choppy.
So may bandang do your own research po. Medyo naging...
Pero ngayon, okay na siya.
Apo, ayan.
Okay.
Mais na po, mais na.
So ulitin ko yung sa part ng do your own research.
Yes. Thank you.
So, okay, thank you. Sorry for the inconvenience. So that's how much of a beginner I am. So, yun nga, because I'm a beginner, I learned about the term Dior or do your own research. So it's really the first thing that you should do, doing your own research when it comes to investments, right? So yeah, another factor that helped me more about crypto stuff and NFT stuff is the famous Axie Infinity. So yun nga, sabi ko, pretty confident ako na everyone in this Zoom meeting is familiar with it or at least narinig nyo na siya. So almost all of my friends became scholars and managers of that play to earn game. This game also gave a lot of opportunities for Filipinos to earn while staying at home during the pandemic. So ever since Axie made noise here in the Philippines, Filipinos became more aware of crypto and started to explore more about the space. They started looking for other ways on how to earn through trading, also invest in NFTs. So yun nga, over the course of the year, many Filipinos entered the space. I've seen a lot of friends and colleagues invest in NFT too. So to sum it all up, currently in less than a year, sa akin, in less than a year in the space, I'm now an NFT project moderator, managing Discord servers for NFT projects. Basically, I'm the one who is hosting events, distributing whitelist spots, and talking to the community every day. So and I am earning daily by doing it. So who would have thought, right? A former civil engineering student being full-time in the space now. I'm saying this not just to motivate others, but also to give you ideas on how much opportunities there are in cryptocurrency. What I am doing right now is just one way of earning, and there are a lot more. So for today, everything that I have mentioned will be discussed and explained further by our speaker. Today, we will learn about cryptocurrency, NFTs, trading, and how to be profitable using it. we will learn how cryptocurrency is changing the world and how fast it is becoming the way of life. So thank you. That is all, and I hope everybody will have a wonderful time.
And thank you as well for that wonderful message, Mr. Thomas Derek Evaristo. I hope lahat ay masarap ang ulam kasi tiyak na masasarapan rin ang mga ating utak sa mga nakahaing programa ngayon. Pero bago tayo magsimula, alam niyo na ba ang mga salitang blockchain? Dorian, hindi ito yung prutas Kung hindi ito lang naman si Satoshi Nakamoto. P2Es or play to earn, decentralization, stablecoins, and much, much more. Kagaya nga sinabi ng opening remarks natin, no? Baka sinasabi na ng iba na sa audience natin na tech savvy, opo, gets na namin about cryptocurrencies, blockchain, NFTs ang webinar. Pero bakit need pa natin matuto? Well, tiyak na marami kang mapupulot takeaways sa guest speaker today kasi siya lang naman ang the Vice President of Business Development of the Philippine Digital Assets Exchange or known as PDAX, an advocate of traditional finance and digital assets, a registered financial planner, and enthusiast in different fields such as certified financial consultant or CFC, certified blockchain expert or CBE, certified cryptocurrency expert or CCE, and a certified NFT expert or NFE. Let's give him a warm virtual round of applause to Mr. Edmund Daniel P. Martinez.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Webmaster, for that very generous introduction. So magandang hapon sa inyo lahat. And as the Webmaster has mentioned, I hope ready yung ating mga utak. Sana masarap mga ulam natin because this afternoon we're going to talk about the other use case of cryptocurrency. Just as a side note, of course, I would advise you guys not to drop out. I mean, education is still the number one and most proven solution, most proven way to be socially mobile, no? So it can lift a lot of people out of poverty. It can improve your life most definitely and can really expand your horizons. Of course, when people talk about crypto, we might be tempted to make it our full-time job. But in reality, of course, it's a highly volatile industry with lots of development. So while it's very exciting and of course very useful for most of us, I would advise you guys to use it as a supplement to your main source of income, which is really your ability to monetize your human capital, which is the most important thing that you have right now. So that, together with time, can be a combination for a very, very strong financial future. And of course, lalo yan lalakas because of yung mga solutions natin for cryptocurrency. So that's what I'm going to talk about this afternoon. So first of all, gaya po ng sabi ng ating first speaker, no? First, do your own research, no? Of course, there might be a lot of complexities when it comes to cryptocurrency and other risk assets. So we're no stranger to that. In terms of risk assets like stocks, syempre, it's quite complex as well. So you might be tended to just listen to gurus, no? And because of the nature of trading and cryptocurrency, medyo antithetical yung pakikinig sa isang guru when it comes to trading or playing with cryptocurrency. So make sure that you do your own research. Yung mga solutions that we will be talking about this afternoon are fitted to certain people. So make sure that you know yourself, you know your needs, so that you can match the right solutions for you. Yeah. All right. So later on, we will be having a promo where we will raffle off around 2,000 pesos worth of Bitcoin. So kumbaga, we believe that this technology has the capacity to change the way we live and also the way we relate with value and money. So we believe in it so much that we are giving away your first 2,000 pesos worth in Bitcoin. Sayang din yun, di ba? In a couple of years, mamaya, you'll see in the next couple of slides na ang laki talaga ng potential for Bitcoin. So download the PDAX app now. You can download it through Google Play Store, the Apple App Store, or if you're a fan of Chinese technology, then you can also go through the Huawei App Gallery and download your PDAX app now. Make sure that you verify, no? We can only include people in the raffle yung mga nag-verify ng mga accounts nila. So you need at least one valid ID. All right? So with that out of the way, let me continue on to the seminar. So there are the three things that you will learn today, guys. Number one, you're going to learn about cryptocurrency and blockchain. Why is it very important? Why does it change the game for everyone? Huh? Next, you're going to learn about the many use cases of crypto and blockchain. Of course, being in the stock market myself for the longest time, I've dealt with wealthy customers as well as retail customers. Trading really is not for everyone. No? If you talk about trading stocks or cryptocurrency, that's a very tough game. It requires a lot of preparation on your side, no, and a lot of tinkering also with your portfolio. So in this afternoon, we're not going to talk about trading. We're going to talk about the many other use cases that you can use crypto and blockchain with, especially in first point natin, because it's going to be the most effective way to participate, no? I'm sure you guys are going to be busy. You guys are going to be, expanding your horizons by monetizing your human capital. So maganda tong addition to your strategy para when you get to your 30s and 40s, then your life will be very comfortable. And third, we are going to talk about who is PDAX, or the Philippine Digital Asset Exchange. So we're one of the first few cryptocurrency exchanges in the Philippines that offer financial services to everybody, right? So first, let's talk about cryptocurrency and blockchain. In essence, ladies and gentlemen, they might define cryptocurrency and blockchain as, complex. You talk about the consensus algorithms. You talk about the network of validators. You talk about proof of work, proof of stake. But in essence, ladies and gentlemen, blockchain, the technology that powers NFTs, as mentioned by our previous speaker, and cryptocurrency, is nothing but a digital ledger accessible to everybody, right? So para lang siyang listahan ng mga transaksyon that's available over the internet. What's cool about this ledger, or itong listahan na ito, is that the manner of updating this information is perfect, meaning it cannot be corrupted, no? Given the processes that it has to be able to do that, no? Yung pag-update at pagsulat ng entries in that particular ledger is protected by the system itself. That means that you have a permanent and immutable record of transactions. So that's what makes it very revolutionary for everyone, no? In fact, one of the main use cases of blockchain is really cryptocurrency, or how you exchange value. Because over the internet, you can check who owns what, whether I transfer 10 Bitcoin to Mr. De Los Reyes, who is my friend, diba? So we can track that from the present to the very first transaction. So the existence of one source of truth is very important. And gaya ng sabi nung nag-intro sa atin kanina, it is used already in many other industries. So to put it short, no, to keep it simple, it's just a digital ledger. In fact, ang tawag nga dyan is DLT, no? The digital ledger technology. It's just a listahan, no? And if you take a look at the blockchain, that's the book of transactions. Every page in that book is called the block. And it's called the blockchain because each and every page is related with the page number. So you know which part of the blockchain this particular page is. And the transactions are the contents of that ledger. So the natural use case for blockchain is really yung transfer of value or transactions. But what makes blockchain really interesting is that it really makes it easy for everyone to participate. So it's easy to access since it's a blockchain, it's a ledger over the internet. Once you have internet connection, then you can naturally access this technology. And another thing is that cryptocurrencies and the blockchain offer fractional participation. So what do I mean by that? If you've dabbled into stocks, you will understand that some meron silang tinatawag na minimum board lot, no? That really makes the entry to the stock market a little bit more complex. Like for instance, if you're trying to buy Ayala at 1,000 pesos per share and then you're required to buy 5 shares as the minimum board lot, so Ayala pa lang 5,000 pesos na. So again, baka if you're starting with a small amount, not good, no? But for cryptocurrency, because it's allowed to be bought at a fractional level, you can actually buy up to the 18th decimal place of any cryptocurrency. So in PDAX, for instance, the minimum purchase is 20 pesos. So there's really nothing stopping you from accessing this technology to improve your life. Another area where it's easy to access because it's fully digital. It embraces yung artificial intelligence when it comes to doing KYC. Yung mga forms natin, wala na yung hard forms. You just get to fill out your mobile app like I told you kanina. So most people during the pandemic, nung nagkaroon tayo ng boom in yung mga digital assets na ganyan, maraming nakasali because of that ease of participation. Second, is that it has many use cases. Kanina nabanggit ng ating first speaker yung NFTs, yung non-fungible tokens in crypto art. But there's also such a thing as play to earn, and as you will discover later on, marami pang ibang mga produkto na pinasinayaan ng blockchain technology. Very critical dyan is the development in Ethereum, because Ethereum is the one that started the adding of a small piece of code into cryptocurrency called a smart contract. And a smart contract really changed the game because it allowed the system to automate certain portions of it. And in the extreme case, as you've seen 2 years ago, nagkaroon tayo ng decentralized finance industry, which means that most of the tasks being done by the banks or any central authority that relies on a singular source of truth was automated with smart contract technology. So, magaling. Finally, because of these characteristics, and daming use cases, it's really accessible to everybody who has a valid ID and an internet access. It's also a good time, a good place to build good financial habits. Remember, knowledge is not enough when it comes to these habits. You have to practice it. And in Filipino culture, it's sad that we don't talk too much about money. Parang tabu yan sa bahay. You can't really ask your dad how much he earns, how much he saves, no? You can't ask your mom magkaning deficit natin sa bahay ngayon, di ba? Baka tampalin ka ng nanay mo or magyari sa'yo. But I'm really glad that you guys are able to attend this because as early as now, medyo namumulat na kayo sa mga ganitong financial products. Ako, I also made my first investment after I graduated from graduate school. So very, very late na. But if I started same time as you guys, it would have been better for me. And right now, because of this technology, there's already nothing stopping you from engaging the digital asset markets. Okay, so bagong lahat, let me just talk to you about the digital asset industry. So pag sinabing digital assets, of course, the first impulse that you have is to have this idea na puro crypto lang ang laman yan, no? But in reality, digital assets encompass anything of value that's already transmitted in the internet. So kahit hindi yan powered by blockchain, no? Kahit yung kunyari sa Call Financial or sa AAA Securities, once you purchase a product through a digital medium, it becomes a digital asset, no? In PDAX, we also have a subsidiary called bonds.ph, which I lead also for the business. So we are actually selling for the first time in history of the Philippines or even history of the world, no? Bonds to retail customers, bonds accessible by anyone with a phone. So that means they're all also covered by the definition of digital assets. And si PDAX, of course, it's natural for us to offer first the cryptocurrency options, but we're working slowly for you to be able to access all financial products through our app. So that means in the future, it might not be strange for you to source all your financial products from many, many different providers from one app, and hopefully we get to be that for you. So let's talk about the dawn of digital assets. So nandun tayo sa simula or at the cusp of a great revolution towards digitalization of our assets. So makita mo dito sa chart na ito, no? When I started studying crypto in 2016, there are only a handful of projects. In fact, parang may 4 lang nun. You have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. Yung Litecoin was just parang nila-launch pa lang nila as a forked version of Bitcoin with an improved consensus algorithm. And of course, as time went by, as fueled also by the COVID-19 pandemic, that number has expanded from around 4 tokens to around 5,500 tokens with over 2.2 trillion US dollars of capitalization. So that's as of the end of last year. Of course, a bit lower now because the markets have corrected tremendously, but nevertheless, they remain to be huge markets, no? And gaya ng sabi ko kanina, because it's easier to access, a lot of people gravitated towards digital assets. Okay. So, ayun, here are the returns of the 3 most common investments that's available to a person, no? I'm sure, of course, probably a wealthy person, but at least for the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, you can access that through funds or through the exchange traded funds or through buying stocks then, you know. So the blue line will show you the performance of the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. Huh? So take note that this was already indexed and normalized, meaning that all of these assets started from 1, which makes it easy for us to understand the growth over time. So from September 2015 to November 2021, the blue line moved up a bit, moved down a bit, but more or less ended at the same level, 1 pa rin. In fact, parang medyo 0.045 yan. So if you invested in stocks 5 years ago, malamang parang medyo walang nangyari sa pera mo. The second item here is the orange line called the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So ito yung parang index, one of the indices used in the stock market in the US. So as you can see, it started from 1 and it expanded to around 2. So that means in the past 5 years, your money has doubled. So not a bad deal, right? Parang yung before the Asian financial crisis rates ng mga banks noon. So in TDs, you can double your money in 5 years, something like that. So if you invest in the US market, then you would have doubled your money. The gray line, ladies and gentlemen, is the chart for gold. So nagsimula around 1 and then ended around 1.4. So that means you earned 40%. So these are the returns of the basic assets available to people in the world, right? So I like you to focus your attention on the movements of these curves as I add the performance of Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency in the market with 669 billion US dollars worth of capitalization. And by far the most recognizable cryptocurrency. Top of mind yan. If you talk about crypto, people related to Bitcoin. Sometimes nga, they think Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency, but there really is a lot. So again, focus your attention there. And here is the performance of Bitcoin. Ayun. Can you still see the blue, orange, and gray lines? Hindi na. Kasi nag-flatten sila lahat given the performance of Bitcoin. So dito yung multiple natin, it started from 1, it multiplied to 250 times. So again, very drastic movement from Bitcoin, probably driven because of certain events. I mean quite recently. Ayun, may nagsasalita. Quite recently, of course, the war in Ukraine have driven normal Russian citizens and Ukraine also to transact in Bitcoin kasi in the part of Russia, medyo na-block sila from the SWIFT network, yung messaging network ng banks to transfer, value amongst themselves. So they started transacting in Bitcoin. But generally, the popularity is from the fact that people now understand the value of it. And mamaya pag-uusapan natin more about Bitcoin. So focus your attention on the yellow line, the golden line that shows you the performance of Bitcoin as we add the second largest cryptocurrency called Ether in the Ethereum blockchain. Okay? Yun, di ba? Yung performance ng Bitcoin nag-flatten din, no? But Ethereum, the light blue line that you see here, has expanded over 5,000 times, ladies and gentlemen. And this is not just a fluke or not just because of plain speculation, but because the introduction of Ethereum, as I've mentioned kanina, included the development of smart contracts. Smart contracts automate a certain portion of transactions. that allow the industry to explode into the many different use cases that you see right now. From DeFi to CeFi to yield to NFTs, lahat yan is all because of Ethereum. At least it started with Ethereum. So I'm not surprised that it performed this way, 5,500 times multiple, dwarfing the movements in Bitcoin, dwarfing the movements in the assets. So I think by now you understand that these assets shouldn't be taken lightly. And if you want to risk in your portfolio, these are the assets that you are supposed to consider. And just to give you a parang peso to peso comparison there, no? Kunyari, naglagay ka sa stock market, naniwala ka sa stock market, yes, let's put in companies in the Philippines, let's put in the 30 largest companies in the Philippines, and quite frankly, since 2008, the Philippine stock market has done nothing but swing off a very wide range, no? So, kumbaga, umangat at bumaba lang siya, you've earned 45 pesos. For the Dow Jones Industrial Average, assuming you have access to this, no, you have access to eToro, you can buy an index, yung Dow Jones Industrial Average or Indu, no, you would have doubled your money. Sa gold, you would have earned 40%. Sa Bitcoin, yung 10,000 pesos mo, 2 million pesos na, di ba? And for Ethereum, from 10,000 pesos, naging dollar millionaire ka bigla. So it's not also strange to see very, very young people, yung crypto-rich people, no, to be very young kasi na timing nila yung explosion of Ethereum. So yung pinaparaffle natin na 2,000 pesos, di mo alam. 5 or 10 years from now, baka $1 million din yun. So nothing to really, nothing, it's not something that you can actually, disregard. No? Kasi nandun pa tayo sa period of, great growth for these assets. So I guess the next question that you're going to ask is there still time to participate? Normally, pag ganyan, pag nag-rally na yung mga assets, it has a tendency to be saturated as well. But as you can see in this chart, this is called the technological adoption curve by one of our partners, the Global Macro Investor. This is one of the research corporations that look at cryptocurrency and the adoption of technology. So this is a comparison between the adoption of the internet, yung Web 2.0, where our data is crowdsourced and harvested by these companies to provide value to, the advertising industry. So that's Web 2.0. Now that we've ascertained how to recognize value over the internet through blockchain and smart contracts, we are saying that this development is Web 3.0, meaning the third iteration of the internet where an economy can properly be formed without the need for fiat currency or actual na pera. No? So this chart is showing you that in terms of crypto adoption in the millions of users, we are as if back in 1997 during the rise of the internet. So during that time, of course, makita mo yung Yahoo, Google nagsa-start pa lang, no? So this is the time where you can identify similar projects and invest in them. Now, where is Google right now? No, it's one of the most influential companies. It affects your life from one way or another. It even knows more about you than you do about yourself. No, so it's as if going back to that time and being able to participate in advance in these companies. This chart will also show you that until the end of 2023, the crypto market will be in a rapid growth phase, meaning that they expect an 80% average yearly growth of users for crypto. So that means kahit nakita mong nagrally na siya at bumagsak, there's still a lot of people left to use crypto. Wala pa siya sa mainstream. So sooner or later, it will become so. Right? Hold on. So, ayun. So, again, there's still a lot of time to participate, no? There's still a lot of time to participate. You can still have a shot at this very important development in Web3. Okay? All right. So now we're going to go through the section where we talk about the three main use cases of crypto. And in fact, there are a lot now. In fact, the original deck that I use for these events actually have 21 use cases. But this time, I just picked the 3 that will be most relevant to you guys. So one is crypto cost averaging. Of course, some of the traders amongst sa inyo will probably smirk at this. No, ba't ako mag-crypto cost averaging? But mamaya, as I will explain to you, this is a very important way to participate, especially if you are working, especially if you don't have time to trade. Now, cryptocurrency is harder to trade as compared to stocks. Number one, because it's open 24/7. Kahit Sunday, may trading ng crypto kahit gabi. So normally, you don't keep open positions during the day if you're actively trading this. So it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of practice, and a lot of knowledge, not only for fundamental analysis or the study of the value of the actual projects, but also in your ability to read prices as you may learn from technical analysis. Next is that, contrary to most people, crypto actually provides steady income. No, it's easy to think that crypto is just a very volatile, asset that you trade. More volatility, mas happy ka. Abangan mo lang yung RSI mag-oversell, then you can just buy a bit to play on the bounce. No, pag paakyat naman, you find these steady trends, and then pag medyo overbought, you get to also pause your buying, something like that. But in reality, there's a lot of use cases in crypto that encompasses the entire risk return curve, meaning from risky to safe, merong crypto just for you. So one of these opportunities is also steady income, which really boggled my mind when I first discovered these use cases. And last but not the least, sabi nga nung nag-intro sa atin, that there is also the Metaverse. So this is the virtual world that we all want to be a part of. So mamaya we'll talk about the 3 major arms of the Metaverse, and I will share with you how to engage it as well. All right, so let's talk about crypto cost averaging, or CCA. Very important because simple lang siya. First of all, you just purchase the main cryptos. There's no need for you to worry about the 5,500 other cryptocurrencies. There's no need for you to really study their white papers or really, the research, for yung mga smaller cryptocurrencies. So this process will mainly just involve you with the 2 major projects. So some might ask, paano yung diversification? Kala ko kailangan mag-diversify. Again, this is not something you should put all your money into. It should form part of your healthy risk asset, your risk basket. So it comes together with your stocks. Ang rule dyan, di ba, 100 minus your age should be your percentage in risk assets. And the rest should be in safe, steady income, sources of income, which is I will share with you as well. So you just purchase the main cryptos. Why are you doing this? Because you don't want na maipit ka. You want to put your money, because this is in part long-term investing. You want to put your money in coins that you have that has the highest possibility of staying in the game. You don't want to put it in parang mga projects that are, precarious or medyo under development pa. You want to put it in projects that are established and recognized by everyone for one way or another. Another thing about crypto cost averaging is that you do it on a regular basis. So ito yung walang account for timing the market. You just schedule it, kahit weekly, monthly, you buy 200 pesos, kahit 20 pesos lang. Basta you do it on a regular basis, then it should be able to give you its main benefit, which I will talk about later. And then you do it over a long period of time. And similar to other risk assets, for crypto cost averaging, yung long term natin is 5 years or longer. No, the longer the better. And for you guys, since you guys are students, then you have the greatest gift given to you by life, which is the rest of your life. You have a lot of time, so you can do this over a long period of time and use that asset to your advantage. Right? So what are the 2 major cryptocurrencies I'm talking about? The main tokens. One is Bitcoin. As you know, the most popular cryptocurrency. In fact, it's equated with the cryptocurrency industry. So it's called the OG crypto, meaning the original gangster crypto, founded in 2008. But the current use case for Bitcoin is only as a store of value or something akin to digital gold. Mamaya malaman nyo what the difference is. Ano? So it's really a special asset that you treat just like gold, right? So largest cryptocurrency in terms of capitalization, sabi ko nga kanina, $669 billion US dollars. And then, of course, in terms of its tokenomics, it has this feature wherein mining rewards are halved every 4 years. That means that part of its white paper is that we are also faced with the limited amount of Bitcoins at 21 million. Currently, we're at 19 million Bitcoins. So I think based on the current estimates of the speed of use, we're expecting Bitcoin to run out around 2100 pa. So 2100 pa. But nevertheless, this means that the supply will be contracting in the future. It's going to be harder to mine Bitcoin. And with higher demand, it does nothing but increase the price of Bitcoin. So you want to be in this asset because just like every firsts in the world, it's valued by investors. Like in the first airplane, the first car, it's even put in museums. And this is by far the first execution of the concept of cryptocurrency that, had worldwide adoption. So very important, but treat it as digital gold. You don't use it for normal transactions. Bakit? Because the consensus algorithm used in Bitcoin or yung process of putting or validating transactions in every block is very slow, no? In fact, based on estimates, nasa mga 30 to 60 transactions lang yan per second, as compared to the likes of Visa and MasterCard, which can process around 4,000 to 6,000 transactions every second. So again, it doesn't match. So kumbaga, if you're using this for high-speed transactions, medyo maiinis ka because it's slow and it's slow. Hindi mo pwedeng gawin for fast transactions. So it's only placed there as a store of value. Next, sabi ko nga kanina, I'm quite an Ethereum supporter. Kita mo naman yung t-shirt ko, may Ethereum din, diba? So Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency at $293 billion US dollars because of smart contract technology or the ability to put the pieces of code in Solidity into the tokens themselves. It allows for automation and decentralization. So syempre, in every centralized service like banks or much like land registry, for instance, or yung chattel registry for vehicles or yung mga equipments, no, they rely on a centralized system to keep records, no. But because of use of a digital ledger, you do away with it because of that smart contract technology. So currently, medyo mabagal din yung transactions ni Ethereum. In fact, you can see this in the speed and also in the gas fees that you have to pay when you transact in Ethereum. Very popular dyan yung mga names natin in the Ethereum naming service. No, ako binili ko yung Edmond Martinez.eth, no? Yung presyo ng actual URL is only $5, but the gas fee, my God, is around $160. So it's quite expensive to transact. But they're moving or they're transitioning to another consensus algorithm, which is called proof of stake, which will make it more environmentally friendly and will allow it to, beat or at least match Visa and MasterCard in terms of their ability to validate transactions. So yung Ethereum, pang transactions talaga yan. I won't be surprised if everything that we buy in the future in the crypto space will be, paid in Ether or in the Ethereum blockchain. Definitely not Bitcoin, no? Kasi mas mabagal talaga, no? Yung kanyang processing power. And this transition will be completed by next month na pala. So hope that, the Ethereum Foundation is successful in migrating to this new proof of stake and opening the other lanes for transactions para, diba, it will lead to the growth of Ethereum itself. Okay, so what are the sizes of, So ito yung historical prices of Bitcoin. No? This is why you need to cost average. It's a volatile asset. Now, here we measure the 3 largest movements in Bitcoin. Now, yung first rally that happened in 2017, this will identify for you yung second batch of crypto OGs. Yung first niyan, yung 2013 pa. So medyo malayo-layo. But also, yung magnitude is quite smaller. But yung pinakamalaking movement niyan happened in the first rally. That's around 2017. No? It peaked around $19,000 US dollars per Bitcoin. It bottomed out at $7,000 per Bitcoin, a loss of 60% of value happening over 539 days. And in crypto, these things are not unique, no? In fact, last week na-observe natin yung crash of the Terra Luna token as well as Terra US dollar. It happened only over a span of days, not even a week, ladies and gentlemen. 99% loss of value from $80 to a few cents per Luna, and from $1 to around less than $5 today. So again, these things are massive and quick. That's why you need to cost average. Now, bakit? No. So let's compare two types of investors. Yung isa, yung one-time, big-time investor. No? If I have ₱1,000,000, sige, lagay ko na kagad lahat sa Bitcoin. Lalaki naman daw, di ba? And the other investor, which does cost averaging, buwan-buwan lang. He invests 100,000 pesos for a period of 10 months, for instance. No? So if the cryptocurrency prices drop by 40%, what do you think the buck investor would feel? Siyempre, matatakot siya. If you're faced with this magnitude of loss, aalis ka sa market, whether now or later. In fact, if you talk to yung second batch of crypto OGs, the only way that they were allowed to stay invested is that they locked their accounts. They transferred it to a hardware wallet. They forgot the password of their PDAX or their other cryptocurrency wallets para hindi na nila nakikita yung loss. Because pag nakita mo yung loss, your stomach will churn. And when you are afraid, then you are most likely going to stay out of the market. You're going to sell your positions with a very bad impression of crypto. And if you did that, then you would have missed the rallies that we've had over the past 2 years. No? Na-miss mo yung $65,000 per Bitcoin. So again, you need to do this. The key is to stay invested. And for me, you do it slowly para hindi ka natatakot when it comes to the volatility of the market. In fact, you are using volatility to your advantage. Ginagamit mo yung paggalaw ng presyo to your advantage. Number one, by being able to purchase it at a lower price potentially. And second, you are able to control your number one enemy when it comes to risk asset investing. It is yourself. Your emotional reaction to volatility. Kasi pag natakot ka, nag-churn yung stomach mo or hindi mo mapaliwanag sa misis mo, ba't ka natalo ng 60% in 500 days, then, di ba, you have to do it slowly. Para hindi ka matakot, you stay invested. Here is the historical chart of Ether in the Ethereum blockchain. So ito mas matindi pa, no? Yung first rally niyan, it peaked around $1,367 per Ether, bottoming out at $85 per Ether. So 94% drop, no? Of course, if you're talking about $100, that's easy. Yung 100 pesos mo naging 6 pesos na lang. But if you're talking about $1 million, million pesos, mahirap ipunin yun. So, naging 60,000 pesos na lang. I don't know about you, but I'd be scared habang nagdo-draw down yan. Natatakot ako. And most likely, pag ganyang bumaba na, then I just, don't look at my account or I stay out, no? Bumaba pa lang ng 20% yan. Probably I'm out, no? And you would have missed again the opportunity to buy and sell at $5,000 per Ether. Diba? So again, you want to cost average because you want to control your emotional reaction to volatility. And it doesn't take a lot of resources. Diba? Mag-schedule ka lang, then you're done. You don't need to learn how to trade. You don't need to, go into the industry as you are in the process of monetizing your human capital. So just a few points lang there, no? If you guys are computer engineering students or computer science students, please, you have to learn Go lang. I mean, yun ang kulang talaga. And they think if you learn that language, no? Or if you have the opportunity to learn that language, yung mga fetching rate niyan in kahit hindi nga sa PDAX, but in as simple as Fiverr and Upwork, they're being paid like 400,000 pesos a month. because there's really very few programmers who know Golang. In fact, we are hiring aggressively. So I hope you guys learn it. So there. What are the benefits of this crypto cost averaging? Number one is you only bother yourself with the two main cryptocurrency, which has huge recognition and very large liquidity. So kung lalabas ka sa market, hindi ka, kumbaga makakalabas ka in a price that you would like. No? Next is that you build an investment habit, and it's an effective way to front run this opportunity habang may time pa tayong mag-participate. Third is if doing this over a long period of time tends to iron out volatility, especially if your long term is 5 years or more. No, if you observe the movements, hindi siya straight. No, it has a lot of ups and downs. So you wanna stay out of that and try to invest slowly, but hold it over a long period of time. And sabi ko nga kanina, the most important benefit of this is that you manage your emotional reaction to volatility. Hindi ka natatakot, sumasaya ka when markets correct. Okay, so how to do crypto cost averaging? Easy with your PDAX wallet. So yung pinadownload ko sa inyo kanina para makasali kayo sa raffle, you can actually transfer your fiat to your PDAX wallet in any of the 36 channels we have. So we have the banks, we have PesoNet, InstaPay, every bank we can service. Take note lang of the fees. Those fees are not ours, but fees of the bank. Then you can also transfer through your wallets, GCash, PayMaya, GrabPay, and even CoinsPH. And then you can also transfer over the counter. Kung meron lang Cebuana Luwilier sa inyo or M Luwilier or the I2I rural banks, you can also use that to do over the counter. Or if you want to really hand it over to a teller, then there's nothing stopping you. But again, 36 channels to transfer your money into your PDAX app, yung pinadala ko sa inyo. Then you can set your calendar in your personal handphone, right? In your smart device. Of course, alternatively, meron yan ding yung ibang providers may scheduler in terms of their app. But again, we believe it has to be a personal reminder kasi kung email lang, baka mas spam ka pa. Ito, just set an alarm in your phone and then every time, kunyari, in my case, every time sweldo or every time if I do a 10-month buying program, then I just buy Bitcoin and Ether. Bitcoin, ETH. So if it's, for instance, just 100 pesos, then 50 pesos Bitcoin, 50 pesos Ethereum. Now you get to participate in these two assets and it will ready you when it becomes more mainstream. Okay? Now let's talk about steady income. Steady income is very important to understand because it's a new industry. There's a lot. It's nothing like the stock market because in the Philippine stock market, there's only one market for all listed companies. For crypto, unfortunately, it's fragmented across many countries and many jurisdictions, of course, based on the availability of exchanges and also yung regulation for each and every country. So that means marami pang mga imbalances when it comes to supply and demand for crypto, right? So that being said, maraming mga areas wherein there is a lot of need for liquidity. That's why there are a lot of firms that also try to address that need. Doon kinukuha yung steady income when firms lend out to traders, lend out to exchanges to iron out those imbalances in terms of liquidity. So very important dito to understand is the stablecoin. This is a particular type of cryptocurrency that is just the digital version of your US dollar. So if you have this idea that cryptocurrency is very volatile, to the contrary, stable coins are, as the name suggests, very, very stable. So in the app that you've downloaded, if you've validated now, you can see that there are two stable coins, yung USD coin in the Circle network called USDC, and yung Tether or yung USD stablecoin in the Ethereum blockchain. So at least for Tether, they say that they have reserves backing up this Tether. And in the past couple of weeks, diba, we saw the crash of yung Terra USD, which is an algorithmic stablecoin. No? Pag nayanig yan and it starts a downward spiral, wala silang supply to keep the prices to $1. But fortunately for Tether, there are some reserves. So ito yung, for me, the easiest way to get into crypto is to buy a stable coin. Other stable coins, ito yung kay MakerDAO, no? Yung DAI, and also from the Stellar Network. So these are the rebellious members of the team in Ripple. They started their own blockchain called Stellar USDC. So unlike Ripple, this one uses a public open source blockchain. So again, in terms of fees, very stable din siya. I think to some extent, meron ding backing yan by actual US dollars. And finally, you can also stake using gold. But unfortunately, these three assets are only available through our over-the-counter service. So ito naman si Paxos Gold, it's a token for gold, guys. So I've been in the wealth industry for the past 20 years and wala pa akong nakitang ganito kadali i-access na gold. So again, just in the 20 minutes of setting up your account, you can buy gold already. And if this is part of your portfolio structure, then definitely it's a good option to have. So here you can see the benefit of stablecoin. Here is a comparison of 5 different cryptocurrencies with USDT and USDC, and comparing it with Ripple, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. Nakita niyo naman, di ba? As the name suggests, stablecoins are stable, so they don't move. So when you're doing your first remittance, di ba sabi ko kanina, the natural use case for cryptocurrency is payment, and one of the greatest things that we pay is remittance. So again, very, very cheap to use these cryptocurrencies in transferring money from Saudi Arabia to the Philippines, US to the Philippines. So instead of paying the exorbitant amounts in remitting money here in the Philippines, you pay a small amount using cryptocurrency. So here, the stable coins are the good first step in when you try to make your remittance, kasi hindi gumagalaw yung presyo. When you convert to stable coin at $1, then it stays $1 for, forever. I mean, as long as the reserves can hold, walang active attack in that particular cryptocurrency, in that particular stable coin, so it keeps its value. And what's good about stable coins is that you can also place it in steady income. Here's an example. Ito yung mga stablecoin yields as compared to the yields provided by the banking system in the Philippines. But of course, this is by no means the fault of the bank. Kasi naman, if you're a bank in the Philippines, you're getting dollar deposits, wala ka namang papahiramin ng US dollar. We don't really borrow US dollars anymore since the Asian financial crisis, right? So dito, of course, yung story ko dyan is the reason why I'm in crypto. As they introduced me, I have had experience in the traditional banking space. To cut the long story short, na-frustrate ako sa banko ko kasi it took me 2 months to rectify some documentary deficiency. Then when I asked for any place I can put my US dollars, binigyan ako ng 0.01%, 1 basis point. And then they're pushing to me insurance na hindi ko naman kailangan. So being from the bank myself, I understand that banks are nothing but sales funnels. They want to sell you something. They're not there to make you better. They're there to sell you something. So that being said, I don't really trust the banks. But here, as you can see, centralized financing institutions like BlockFi, Celsius, Leden, and Nexo, these are companies that lend to the crypto market. They're called centralized financing institutions because just like banks, they pay interest and they lend out. You can get yields in your US dollar from 8.88% to 12%, guys. So again, kahit i-compare mo pa sa peso, kahit isama mo pa yung movement in exchange rates, nothing can beat 12%. And take note, the average return for the stock market is already 12%. Nagpakapagod ka pa to trade. But here, you just place it there, stable coin, it doesn't move, and then you earn 12%. Diba? Fantastic. In fact, there's one of the use cases I really teach people about because they don't know that these things exist. And if you have this as the stable part of your portfolio, then you are really doing yourself a favor by increasing the rate of growth of your money. At 12%, that's a huge rate. All right, so how do you participate in yield products? Very simple. Again, yung wallet na pinadownload ko sa inyo, you can transfer your fiat to that wallet using 36 channels from the banks to OTC to your wallets. Then you buy your your stable coins, USDT and USDC, or the other 12 cryptos. Kasi dun sa mga firms na yan, may staking din for other cryptocurrencies. But best pa rin syempre yung Tether and USD. Because you don't want naman to place your Bitcoin, right? Kasi yung Bitcoin mo will also be volatile. So, kumbaga, kung pababa yung market, then natunaw lang yung kinita mo sa stable income opportunities. But for stable coins, diba, the value remains steady, but you earn income. So then you open your account in BlockFi, Ledn, Celsius, and Nexo. And then, of course, once you open that, you will be given a wallet address to transfer your money into that. Then you can start staking. For most of these guys, meron din yung app. And of course, I forgot to mention, meron pa tayong isang provider dyan, si Finblocks. So I think part Filipino owned. They also do these things, but because they're trying to grow, mas mataas pa yung rates. Again, very important kung ayaw mong mag-absorb ng risk. I find this to be very valuable for people who are older, yung mga baby boomers or yung mga Gen Xers. They like this product, and they see themselves increasing their investment in these steady income opportunities. Next, we talk about the Metaverse. So kanina yung intro speaker natin talked about yung Axie Infinity na. Ito, pag-uusapan lang natin yung areas of the Metaverse and for you to understand what the basis is. So I'm sure you've seen this, no, yung Ready Player One, which surprisingly was a book that was published in the early 90s pa. Ngayon lang naging movie kasi I think ngayon lang tayo nagkaroon ng technology to really make this relevant for everyone. But in this movie, a guy who's practically a loser just puts on his VR goggles and his equipment and is transported to another world. And if you're a fan of the comedy sites like 9gag or 4chan, makita mo there's a guy who's living his entire life in the Metaverse already. Yung swimming pa siya doon sa pool niya in the Metaverse. So again, this is a dystopian view of the future, but there's reason to believe that we're headed towards this already. So to explain what the Metaverse is, one of the most important building blocks of the Metaverse is NFTs, yung non-fungible tokens. It's our ability to determine value in the internet. And sabi nga no intro speaker natin, it's nothing but the blockchain technology applied to objects. And of course, the natural application are digital art, right? But in reality, this is just a ledger that contains information on who owns what. So in transfer of my NFT to you is recorded in that permanent immutable record. So essentially, that's what it is. But if that is what it is, what's making the value go up so high? And for this, we have to talk about the Jordan 12. For you, those of you who are not old enough, I think makita mo to sa mga retro sneakers na. But this was released in the early 90s, no? Nung medyo sikat pa si Jordan. And I remember this was my first pair of Jordans, guys. So noon, nangiram lang ako ng shoes dun sa brother ko until na-notice ng mga classmates namin na may kuya na classmates ng kuya ko. None we only share shoes. So naawa naman yung dad ko. So I asked him to buy me a Jordan 12. So sobrang sikat ng shoe na to. And he did. Nagulat ako. Binili na ako ng Jordan 12. So I wore this to school, no? First day kong sinuot, talagang sinuot ko pa yung medyo bitin ko na pantalon para makita talaga yung Jordan 12 na suot ko. Then the first thing I did in class was to raise my hand and ask my teacher, "Ma'am, may I go out po?" So, pinayagan naman ako, "Sure, you may go out." And when I got out, I went to yung pinakamalayong CR sa school. And then, of course, everyone was ogling over my shoes. No, wow, ang ganda ng Jordan 12s. And in reality, that's what the Metaverse and NFT is. NFT is like that. You like an NFT because other people like it. It's part of how we are made. It's part of our, yung tinatawag na mimetic culture or memes, yung panggagaya natin. That we like things because others like them too, similar to a Jordan 12. So that's the basis of the NFT art market. So now we talk about the Metaverse application. Sabi ko nga kanina, yan yung NFT art and community. So makita mo dito, I'm sure you're familiar with this already, yung Bored Ape. Ito yung Bored Ape ni Stephen Curry. You also have the CryptoPunks, yung parang medyo pixelated part there. You have this parang fairy na NFT. So this is part of the collection called Aswang. So there's one Filipino artist with massive support from the international community that created yung ating mga mythical creatures into NFTs. So again, the minimum buying for those NFTs are already in mga 1 Ethereum na. So again, very, very expensive. And the one that you see down there is part of yung collection ng Board Punks of Society. That's my personal NFT. In fact, I put it in my necklace. So I have my NFT in my necklace. But I bought this because I want to be part of the BPOS community. So, these are the current applications of NFT, maybe in art, and then also in community. So just one tip in participating in NFTs, it's easy to like assume that you just go to a marketplace and then buy NFTs and then hope for it to increase. Unfortunately, that's not the case, no? Ang tip ko sa inyo is that you have to identify what you like in NFTs. And you can discover many, many projects in the sounding board of the world, which is Twitter. So hashtag NFT, hanap ka ng projects that you like. Then if you like it and other people also like it, then it will have value. Then the next step is to participate in the community that supports the project. So punta ka sa Discord. I'm sure it's a difficult thing also to go to Discord, but you have to go there to have interactions with the community and learn how to buy these NFTs. And then when you learn how to buy it, make sure that it's from the community, then you participate. And that's where you get that sense of community. And also that's where you get good projects. If you're in this for pure speculation, yung talagang gusto mo lang i-trade, medyo malabo yung trying to pick out of OpenSea. Yung maganda, bilhin mo. Of course, hindi mo alam kung maganda lang yan para sa iyo or para sa lahat. No? If you're not there to earn, if you're not there to join their communities. So I would suggest, though, that you buy only blue chip NFTs. Si Board Punks, si Board Apes, tsaka CryptoPunks, Invisible Friends, yung mga sikat na projects. But of course, hard to buy because iba dyan, nasa millions of dollars na. So what I would suggest is to buy it fractionally. There's a site called fractional.art that allows you to buy pieces of a popular NFT. So for instance, may apes doon. So you can buy like up to 18th decimal place of an ape. So that means I personally own 5 apes, but only a portion of it. So if you're speculating, then sinasakay mo lang yung price action. So that's my 2 cents in NFT art. Next, you also have play to earn. Again, for me, hindi pa ito yung peak. Of course, we've seen prices go down from the peak. Medyo depressed ngayon. Medyo mahirap mag-play to earn. But guys, we're just beginning with this particular use case. Ang inaantay natin dito, guys, yung talagang parang the perfect storm of a game or yung tinatawag na sweet spot. Historically, we've played games not because of the economy. We played games because of the story and because we enjoy it. So wala pa yung game na maganda na may magandang economic system. So lahat ito like Axie, parang bula-bula lang. I mean, nothing against it, no. It's a source of income for many Filipinos. I love it. I love the way it improves lives, but in terms of the game itself, hindi pa siya as compelling as, for instance, a GTA or for instance like a World of Warcraft type of game. And in time, lalabas din yung game na yan. And when it comes, it will dominate the market. No? A good game that you want to play because it's fun, tas may economic value pa, then it's really your job. So, very early stages tayo dito. I'm very excited what they will come up with play to earn. And finally, yung mga virtual worlds. We have Decentraland, we have the Sandbox. So these are very popular worlds that you can engage in Sandbox. This reminds me of Minecraft, but with an active economic system. In fact, you can buy their token from PDAX through our OTC. So we have the Sandbox token there. If you want to participate in this one, then you can definitely cash out. Kunyari may job ka dito, then you can cash it out through PDAX. For Decentraland, we also offered the Decentraland token, yung Mana, through our OTC channels. So again, you can participate. But very, very early stages, yung sa virtual headsets, hindi pa siya ganun ka-develop. Ako, I personally tried many of these. Ang problema, I can't stay there for long kasi medyo nasusuka ako pag when I have that thing on my head. So, but again, very early stages. We want to see this more in the future kasi nga makita niyo naman yung presyo ng mga property in these virtual worlds have increased dramatically as well. Okay, so yun. The core of this is a non-fungible token. As explained kanina, it's just a list containing who owns what. And the information there is a reliable source of truth because it's perfect and immutable, meaning hindi mo pwedeng mabago. It can't be hacked as well. So it has been a very reliable way of recognizing a value over the internet. And it's not only used for digital art, it's also used in music. May mga artists na nagre-release ng songs in NFT form so that you don't pay anymore si Spotify or you don't buy their records, you pay them directly through a smart contract. You also have yung movements, yung kumbaga moments in time, like yung NBA Top Shot, no? You can buy moments in the NBA and then you can resell it in the same platform. Again, their ability to monetize or create an economy around something that is of interest to a lot of people. And quite recently, may gumamit na rin ng digital ledger technology in real estate. So there was this one company that bought a lot of land and then used the blockchain to transfer ownership. So again, if you've tried or your parents tried to acquire property, very complex. You need lawyers, you need to pay fees, you need to pay yung mga nangungomisyon ng mga ahente, di ba? But when you do yung blockchain technology in real estate, then you do away with all of that. Kasi, there's record that you own it. There's no doubt. Di ba? So again, very interesting. Ito yung aking fearless forecast dyan. In the future, guys, I think in my lifetime, we will own everything in NFT. But we won't call it NFT. We will call it something more mundane, like ownership or mine. I don't know, right? And third, as mentioned, it creates the economy in the internet. Yung aming head of the Metaverse even thinks a more dystopian future where everything is economized, even the stuff that are not subject to human commerce. So again, can be a possibility to buy from, a heart or whatever. Kidding aside, it's definitely a possibility in the future. Okay? So how to participate in NFTs, again, very important yung PDAX wallet mo dyan kasi it's really your launch pad to the crypto and metaverse. Again, you can transfer your money, your fiat currency, yung hard currency mo into your PDAX wallet using the 36 channels that we've made available for you. You buy your remittance tokens. So in this case, we're using the USDT and USDC as remittance tokens. Then you download what is called a MetaMask wallet. So it's a third-party ERC20 wallet which interacts with the Ethereum blockchain. But again, you can input some of the parang main codes there for you to be able to add also other tokens like Polygon or the other, Cardano can also be loaded here, provided that you tell MetaMask where to look for the source code. So you transfer your USDT and USDC to your MetaMask, and then you pair your MetaMask with any of these assets, these websites or these companies, yung OpenSea, LooksRare, Rarible, and yung kanina, if you want to buy fractional apes, then you can go through fractional.art. So you can pair your MetaMask wallet with that and start buying your NFTs, whether for investment, speculation, or whether you want to be part of a community. But again, if yung use case, I think yung two use cases na yan are very applicable to us. Diversify when you're buying it for speculation and try to know the community when you're trying to participate in one of the local NFT scene. Get to know the community and learn from them how to participate. Okay? All right. So in PDAX, marami tayong other special tokens, which unfortunately, I will not have time to participate. But essentially, ito yung mga yon. So we have Polygon. This is a scaling solution for Ethereum. Sabi ko kanina, for Ethereum blockchain, medyo mahal yung ating mga gas fees and medyo mabagal. But Polygon has a solution. So kunyari, you're buying something from OpenSea, meron na siyang option to purchase it via Polygon. So meron siyang complex process wherein it exchanges Ethereum to Polygon and then Polygon back to Ethereum by using the speed of Polygon, but also using the security of Ethereum. Yung Cardano, Polkadot, and Avalanche, these are alternative layer ones, meaning that they're competing with the Ethereum blockchain. So like the Ethereum blockchain, they use also smart contracts, but they have moved ahead and used that fast way of validating blocks. They are already using proof of stake consensus algorithm. You have Dogecoin, no? To joke coin lang to, no? From one of the founders of Bitcoin. So nag-joke lang siya to test the power of community. But quite recently, this is already the 10th largest cryptocurrency in the world. So I guess yung support sa kanya ni Mr. Elon Musk has done a lot for this coin. So far, well, it can be used as an exchange of value, but you can buy your Tesla in the US using Dogecoin. Axie Shard. So yung mga fans inyo ng Play to Earn, we in the app, you can also access yung AXS and SLP. So ngayon, if you're playing Axie Infinity, if you're a scholar, binayaran ka in SLP, then you can transfer it to your PDAX wallet, then you can change it to cash just easily. Again, pag nag-out ka sa PDAX, it's straight to your bank account or through your app also, through your wallets. So very, very easy. We also have the other special tokens. Ito, like to talk about Chainlink and the Graph. These are auxiliary services to smart contract technology. So that means pag lumaki yung appreciation for Ethereum, tataas din yung appreciation for Link and GRT. Basic Attention Token is really special, although I think the Brave browser is blocked in the Philippines, or it's banned here. But this is another take in browsing. So similar to your Chrome or your Internet Explorer or your Edge, see Basic Attention Token also has the Brave network, which is it is the browser for Web3. So what's different about the Brave network is that it has its own wallet, wherein every time you watch an ad, you get paid in BAT. So if you have a PDAX account and you're using the Brave network under a VPN, so when you earn BAT, you can transfer that to your PDAX wallet and turn it into peso. Engine Coin is something also different. It's the cryptocurrency that supports the communities of creators. So ito rin yung cryptocurrency network that hosts yung Engine Awards for NFT. So they're very much into that sector of the industry. So again, if you're a creator, then you probably encountered Engine already. So we also have other special purpose tokens. We have Uniswap, we have Aave, Compound, no? Ato yung si Uniswap is a decentralized swapping site that allows you to swap your tokens for other tokens without human intervention. You also have Aave and Compound. These are the examples of the DeFi the DeFi projects that became popular 2 years ago. And again, these are companies that perform the function of banks. They using smart contracts, they're able to have the lenders relate to the borrowers directly. So while that's efficient, it also puts the rate subject to the laws of demand and supply. Meaning pag mas marami nagpapahiram, mas konti nanghihiram, bumababa yung presyo, and vice versa. And quite recently, we also launched 4 new tokens in PDAX, no? Pakita ko lang sa inyo. Ha? So meron din tayong tinatawag na Solana. We also launched yung Stellar. We also launched yung Sushi and also yung Binance Coin or BNB. So you can also access that. Ngayon, if you download your PDAX app, you can also have access to them as well. All right, so I think that's one of the few slides. So just want to talk to you about PDAX. So first of all, our objective is to provide Filipinos from all walks of life easy access to financial services through technology. So ayun ang problema natin bilang island, for being an archipelagic country. It's hard to transact with people from like Cebu or whatever. But because of, nagsimula yan sa Facebook, and now Web3, tayo yung mabilis nag-adapt. Kasi yun yung technology na talagang bagay sa atin. Because it's hard to transact yung other advances in the past, like railways, advances in highway technology. Hindi natin pwedeng magamit yun. Kasi nga, isla no? Kahit madaling mag-tren, hindi ka naman pwedeng gumawa ng tren sa tubig. So it's natural for us to really gravitate towards these technologies na sa internet. Kasi it's what we need. First of all, PDAX is Filipino. We are licensed by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. So if you are a crypto native, you're crypto rich, then you don't need to worry about the BSP trying to check up on you. Kasi if you're a client of PDAX, we are licensed by the BSP. Our transactions are sanctioned by the BSP. So walang ganang mga checks. Next, we are also connected either through the major exchanges, liquidity providers, and local banks. So that means it's easy to move money. Because we've done it with the regulator, we have access to the banking system and we have good relationships. And because we also have access to the liquidity providers, we provide the best price. So that, again, is a study that we conducted. 80% of the time, we are the best price. And as mentioned, you can transfer your money through these different channels. No, so for online banking, there are 16. For wallets, there are 4 channels. For OTC, there are 17 channels. And we believe that while our app has still a long ways to go, no, it's constantly under development. We are still pushing the boundaries for this. We believe that PDAX is your ideal launchpad to the crypto sphere because of our services, because of our ease of use, and because we have the best prices. You can access the opportunities in crypto through PDAX, and we are the ideal partner for you. And with that, here's your chance to win your very first Bitcoin. Again, malit lang naman to. It's 2,000 pesos worth of Bitcoin. But if you scan this QR code with your phone and fill out our form, then you will be part of the raffle. No? So pag nag-raffle tayo later this week, pwede ka manalo ng 2,000 pesos worth in Bitcoin. So scan na. You just have to point your phone in the QR code and then go to that particular website where you can register your name and information about you. So we can include you in the raffle. All right. So I'm going to spend another few minutes here just for you to be able to get this. I think in the chat, my colleague is also not here, but at least so there. You just scan your phone and use it to register in the raffle. Okay. So again, I invite everyone to download their PDAX app. You will only be able to receive that prize when you have a validated account in PDAX. So make sure you get to download us from the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store, and the Huawei App Gallery for you to be able to receive that prize if ever you win. No, konti lang pati kayo. You're just less than 150 students. So I think there's a huge chance for you to win your first 2,000 pesos worth in Bitcoin. And that is it. I like to end this presentation by telling you one of the more popular sayings in crypto, no, yung wag me. And hindi yan wag ako, no. It really means we're all gonna make it. So I believe that if you just my colleague has posted the links to the registration in the chat. So make sure that you access it there, register, and we will include you in the raffle. Again, back to wag me, no. We're all gonna make it. Again, crypto is a young industry. We're still in the early phases of it, and I hope we get to participate, all of us, and of course, reap the benefits of this technological revolution. And with that, of course, kung wala kang ginagawa during Mondays, we have yung show namin on a regular basis called Fresh Money. So every time in our Facebook page, we have a show every 5 p.m. that talks about the cryptocurrency market, the latest use cases, and things you need to know about the cryptocurrency. No, so join us there. Let's hang out. We also give away Bitcoin there. And of course, a chance for you to ask us, our experts in cryptocurrency. And thank you very much. I now open the floor for some questions. Thank you.
And so thank you, Mr. Martinez, for that very informative presentation. I wish more power sa PDAX wallet application nyo. Kasi recently, no, si President Rodrigo Duterte approved na yung mga transactions sa government. So may malaking possibility na,
Yes.
'di ba? Magamit rin yung app nila. So alam ko na parang maraming napapahodl or hold on for dear life tuwing nag-i-invest, pero ito na ang chance nyo para mag-ask nga ng questions, kagaya na sabi kanina, regarding the topic today. You may feel free to type in your questions in our Zoom, Facebook, and YouTube chat boxes. To our Zoom participants, if you wish to use your microphone, for convenience, simply raise your hand and turn on your microphone when your name is called. We will try to accommodate as much as possible with respect to our program time. Well, some of you guys are still trying to ponder on what questions to ask to our dear guest speaker. We will start with the questions that you guys have sent during the registration. So to start it off, we will entertain a question from Flores Irish P. in which is how can we determine the robustness of the NFT security?
For me, it's really about, gaya nga ng sabi ko kanina, no, the value of an NFT is defined really by how much people like it. So it's really for you to determine. Again, that's the first step, is to know about these projects in Twitter and then engage with the communities that really, like this particular project, and observe also if the community is active, no. And when they are active, then there is value in that. Again, yung mga other rules that goes without saying, let's ensure that all the founders and the project managers are doxed. Dapat hindi sila anon, no? So pag anon ka sa NFT, more or less rug yan. So nawawala bigla yung developer. So make sure that they're documented, make sure that it has support from a community, and just make sure na gusto mo yung art. And you don't go through it kasi gusto mo lang, mag-speculate. Ibang rules sa speculation, iba yung rules by buying digital art that you like. So yun lang. Very simple, no? Dapat gusto mo, dapat you engage with the community, and then dapat doxed yung mga founders. So that's how you find a good project.
All right. So the next one is from Kakas Henry Jr. D, in which is how will the NFT change the gaming community in the future?
Henry, it is already changing the NFT, the gaming community. So I'm sure baka masyado pa kayong young for those games, ano? But ako, malakas yung sound. I'm a fan of yung mga Final Fantasy games nung araw, no? Yung mga RPGs. And imagine, because of NFT technology, you can actually port the things that you earn from a game to another game. You can buy and sell assets from the game for other people to actually buy, no? So it really expands the value of a game. It has the ability to put an economic system in the game, which makes it, more immersive. It makes it more patterned over real life. No, it also adds value. And now we're not kind of surprised, but now pwede kang magtrabaho sa Axie ngayon. It's just a game that has an economic system. So that's how it's changing it. But again, sabi ko kanina, wala pa yung sweet spot na game. Wala pa yung talagang awesome game na parang Metal Gear or parang World of Warcraft na may magandang economic systems. But I hope in the future we will get that. And once we get that, that's going to change the way we live, guys. So baka nandun tayo lahat, naglalaro tayo lahat, and we're earning from it as well.
Okay, so the next one is from Karan Mark Jonashvi, in which is what are a few expected issues, challenges with blockchain the way things are present?
Ayun. So sa blockchain technology, it's always a battle between security and speed. So of course, when you are using yung proof of work consensus algorithm, it's very safe, pero very slow, right? But if you use proof of work and the other types of consensus algorithms, medyo hindi naman safe. So that's always going to be the battle, no? And another issue that I see is that kahit yung iba naka-proof of stake na sila, they're using the fastest way to create blocks in the blockchain. Minsan pag may influx, talagang nag-hold pa rin. Meaning nag-freeze pa rin. So again, I think this is a matter of technology. We're all gonna make it. We are going to find solutions, and it's good that we see all these problems today kasi habang young pa siya, we get to fix all of them. So yun, I think it's always a struggle. Yung blockchain that we use, baka wala pa tayong ma-define na talagang something for everyone's use. And also yung limitations on technology, because kahit anong bilis ng blockchain, nagkakaproblema pa rin sila minsan when there's influx. So I think that's going to be the sort of issues we see in the future, or at least in the next 5-10 years.
Okay. So the next one is from Escobar NL Babes D, in which is how to make money with NFTs. Wow.
Ayun, sinabi ko nga kanina, Mr. Dave, you can do two things. No, one is if you want to speculate, kasi minsan ngayon medyo it's highly correlated with the crypto market. So pag bagsak Bitcoin, generally bumabagsak din yung NFT prices. Malakas yung gumagalaw din yung prices ng NFT. So, you can speculate it, you can ride price actions for particular assets like yung mga popular ones. But the sad part is that most of the growth happens only in the blue chips. And blue chips are yung si Bored Apes, si CryptoPunks, and all the other popular NFTs. It's very unlikely for you to find yung mga maliliit na projects local or yung maliliit na magandang projects globally to have this sort of growth. Minsan bumabagsak pa nga yung presyo. So if you want to speculate, stick with the blue chips but buy them fractionally through fractional.art. So hindi ka na kailangan magbayad ng $100,000 for an ape. You can invest as low as 1,000 pesos or 200 pesos in an ape kasi you're buying only a piece of it. And the second way you can make money is really to find the community that you really want to be part of and then, ride it, again, yung advice natin dyan is go to Twitter, find these communities, find a group of people, an art that you like and group of people that you want to hang out with, and then engage with them in Discord and learn how to buy that particular NFT straight from the community itself, no? And then, of course, it pays also to look for signs of activity in that particular NFT community. No? Pag maraming tao, the Discord server is very active, maraming channels, nag-enjoy ka in interacting with everyone, then that's a good sign because that project has support. And similar to yung Jordans natin, kung walang masyadong may gusto ng particular NFT, hindi tataas ang presyo. So yan ang medyo parang long-term investing sa NFT. Yung short-term is really the speculation bit. So you can choose two paths. Dave.
Yan. So the next portion of questions from our participants, we see that many are very intrigued since they might heard the words financial and consultant in your credentials.
Yes, sir.
Ayan. So the next one is from Lim Lance Oliver J, in which is, when will we know when is the right time to sell at the peak?
Nako,
Baka ito yung mga buy high, sell low. Joke lang.
that is the $1 million question, Dominic. If everyone knew that, then, siya na yung pinakamayaman sa mundo. In fact, some people have tried. But to me, when you talk about trading, it's almost next to impossible to catch the peak or buy at the bottom. Yun lang talaga yun. So, kung mahuli mo yan, then swerte ka lang. But in science niyan is really something different, but you really have to learn more about trading. Like for instance, other indicators of peaks are yung mga divergences between RSI, MACD, and the price. So minsan nagpipeak yung price pero yung hatak ng RSI hindi ganun kabilis. So meaning that, yung rally towards the peak is slowly losing steam. So yun. But of course, that's just a sign. Sometimes hindi nagpe-play out yun. But in terms of divergences at the peak, normally it's 60% true, diba? So you have a good possibility na pag nakita mo yung divergence na yun, nagbebenta ka na. What's more important is now you would consider the two ways of participating, either as a trader or as a cost averager. Yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, as a cost averager, yung pinakasimple yan, kahit sino pwedeng, kahit nanay mo, kahit kapatid mong bata, pwedeng mag-cost average kasi walang kailangan trading. But for trading, I would suggest that you learn technical analysis. You also try to learn about the projects themselves if you're trading crypto, and you practice. Again, dun sa trading styles, maraming uri. But I guess for you guys who will be working in the future, mas ideal sa inyo yung pagiging position trader like myself kasi I have work, and as you know, I'm presenting to you guys on a Saturday, so ang dami kong work, grabe. So I don't really have time to focus on crypto trading that much. So I look for strong trends, and I only put my money when it's uptrending. Pag nag-sideways yan, nag-break yung mga support, I get out. I stay out, I do staking. I do steady income. Diba? Kasi kung pangit yung market, like past 6 months, downtrend, sideways, downtrend, walang money to be made. In fact, most likely you will lose money. So I'm just in USDT. I just place it on a 12% option. Then I just rest. Then once it stabilizes, mag sideways pattern ulit, then mag break out yung mag-start ulit yung uptrend, then you can see me going back into the cryptocurrency market again. So to me, yun yung kaya ko in my lifestyle.
All right. So the next one is from Valderrama Joby B, in which is, what are the possible ways to recover financially when your stocks are continuously falling down in your
Oo.
crypto? Like how to regain again financial losses and expect a rise in the future.
Oo, nako. Yung medyo mahirap yan kasi yan yung classic parang tale of a person, na you're trying to invest, you're trying to trade, tas pag bumagsak ka, you shift your strategy. Di ba? From a trader, naging long-term investor ka. Again, recipe for disaster. You have to know yourself, you have to know your trading style, and follow the rules. If you're a trader, then bago ka pumasok ng isang security, whether stock yan o crypto, alam mo yung entry price mo, alam mo yung exit price mo, and alam mo yung price kung saan ka magka-cut. Guys, trading is not about, being excited. Pag excited ka, malamang you're losing money. Trading is about identifying patterns identifying patterns on how prices move, and then betting on that view. Na kung mali yung view mo, then cut. Right? Kunyari, sige, I think this is an accumulation pattern. Tsaka maglalagay ng pera properly. Pero kung mali ka, hindi yan accumulation pattern, nag-break yung support mo, get out. Kasi you're a trader. Right? But if you're a long-term investor, then pagbagsak, bili ka lang ng bili, bili ka lang ng bili, bili ka lang ng bili. No? So you have to identify what type of investor you are and stick to your rules. Yun ang advice ko sa'yo. And, bata ka pa naman, so I don't think you're losing naman in the millions. Hindi naman yan life-changing money. So learn from these mistakes. Huwag mo nang ulitin. Yun na lang yung value sa'yo ng losses mo, is yung masakit sa puso, but you get a taste of volatility. Kasi sa crypto, hindi yan parang stock market. At least if you're not dealing with the top 10 largest cryptos, no? If you're, kunyari, nagpa-pancake ka, di ba? Participate ka sa maliliit na mga tokens na gumagalaw ng sobrang bilis, malamang in a few months, nawawala din yan. So, yun. Just, use these as rules, but more importantly, know yourself and know what type of trader you are. Yan. Most important.
All right. So the next one is from J. Anton Roblico. Nako. Couldn't complete the registration on PDAX. Email/spam button doesn't contain href link. Ako.
Anong ba? Nako, I think
Baka yung colleagues nyo, sir, pwedeng.
may link dito dun sa chat. Si Daniel Franz Lopez may binigay na parang link. Ayun. May message niya ulit. So, click lang kayo doon, register, and we'll give away 2,000 pesos worth of Bitcoin. So, pag mas marami pa kaming approvals, baka magpamigay kami ng 10.
Naku, grabe yun.
Diba?
Sana
so,
all.
Diba? Dati all pero parang mas effective yata Dominic yung mas malaki. Dati lahat meron. Ngayon
Tama.
Okay.
Ayan. So the next one is from Hans Christian P. Jimenez. Can I transfer using different CEX?
Centralized exchanges. Yes, you can. Just remember, ito yung tip ko sa inyo if you're starting out with this one. Make sure that you're careful with the transfers kasi minsan you're transferring an ERC20 token to an Avalanche network. So, pag nagkamali ka, normally in transfers, wala na yung pera mo. So, ang tip ko sa'yo dyan, you try to transfer small amounts first. Then, pag gumana yung $1, then tsaka mo i-transfer yung one time, big time. Kasi ano yan eh. Like, if you're transferring for the first time, minsan may mga delay pa yan. So, kinakabahan ka, nawawala yung pera mo. Yung pala, it's just being validated in the blockchain. So, yes, you can transfer. In fact, in our 27 tokens, not only can you trade them, but we also provide you with a wallet infrastructure to be able to be able to accept and send cryptocurrencies na nandun sa app namin. So, yun. You transfer that. In fact, if you're a trader, then malamang nagba-Binance ka. We also have the Binance coin. So, it's easier for you to transfer values to Binance if that's your favorite app. But again, wala siya nung kasing direct conversion from peso to Binance coin. So, you can only find that in PDAX.
Yun. So, the next one is from Rigel Padillo. Nako, ito naman.
Hmm.
Thoughts about Luna, sir.
Nako!
Bumaksak kwento.
Yan. Pinakamagandang example yan. In fact, meron kaming breakdown niya. No? I-share ko lang din sa inyo. I'll put the link in the chat. But in one of our episodes, right after mangyari yan, we did a recap and we also talked about the lessons that you can learn about this particular event. So if, hanapin ko lang din. Ano ko yung link because it's an unlisted video. So only the Prime customers have access to it. But I'll share with you guys as well. So again, very, very sad, no? Kasi unlike other cryptocurrency crashes, yang si Luna has retail participation. So may mga nasunog na mga normies dyan, pare. So the problem is pag may nasunog na normie, the regulators will now try to regulate that particular industry. In fact, barely 24 hours after the crash of the stablecoin, nagsalita na kagad si US Secretary of Finance Janet Yellen about regulating stablecoins. So again, very unfortunate, and this is not a natural thing. Luna and USD Terra was attacked by a rational person who knew the weakness of the blockchain, who knew the weakness of that particular token, and just like a special operations, pinraject niya, pare. Pinraject niya. And ito, mahanap niyo dun sa aming video. I'm just waiting for it to load, but it's here. Kailangan. YouTube Studio lang tayo. I-forward ko yung link. But very interesting. I will not be surprised if in the future makita mo sa Netflix to. Merong feature sa Netflix. Ipapalabas nila to dahil it's a very interesting use case. Again, another thing that they thought about this is that hindi naman daw marami nang naging algorithmic stablecoin in the past, no? Ito. Hanap ko na yung ito. This you can watch on your free time. So ito medyo complete na to, guys. Yung recap ng Terra Luna and Terra USD collapse. It's available in YouTube. Share it with your friends who are interested. Again, yung lesson dito is that yung direct correlation between risk and return is still active in crypto. So pag masyadong mataas yung return, like sa Anchor protocol, it gives you 20%. Dome. So marami naglagay ng pera. So sa kukuha 20%, it's double your money in 5 years. No? So pag mataas ang risk, dapat you ask pag mataas ang return, ask what the risk is. And diversify. Don't put all your eggs in that particular basket. Ang galing ng questions ng mga natin dito. Parang hindi mga newbies.
And so the next one is from John Carlo Aguas. Why does the crypto have halves for every engaged users in the network?
Why does crypto have every engaged users in the network? I'm not sure what you pertain to this. I think baka yung sa rewards in Bitcoin, I think, kasi nag-half siya every 4 years. Yan. It's the design. It's the design of the white paper, if you're pertaining to that. But if you're referring to kung marami pumapasok, nag-half yung presyo, baka mali lang pasok mo, sir. Kasi di naman dapat nag-half yun. If you went in the right market, baka nag-double pa nga.
And so the next one is from Hans Christian Jimenez. When is the best way to take profit after holding on for a time?
Ako, ang advice ko dyan, depende rin what type of trader you are. If you are, kunyari, for me, position trader, if you're a more active trader, yung talagang naghahanap pa ng patterns and you're betting on those patterns, the rule is, kung tama ka, you let the profits run. Pero pag tama ka, take half out of the table. Na bakit mo gustong, kunyari, nag-invest ka 100, nag-200 siya, tanggalin mo na yung 50 pesos. Kasi pag tinanggal mo na yung half of your gains, it will take you another 100% to clear out all of your gains. So para mas maging komportable ka in your investment. Kunyari, you're day trading, no? You're really finding these opportunities. Pag, kunyari, tama yung basa mo, accumulation pattern, nag-break out, sell half. Then let it ride. Let it ride, bro. Yon. So, yun ang profit taking if you are trading. But if you're long-term investing, then I don't think you should take your profits out. Kasi again, it's based on your need. Kung kailangan mo ng kotse, kailangan mo ng bahay, then you have to really take it out. But if you're just trying to take out for no reason, then I don't think you should, for two reasons. Because we're still early on this. We have not seen the final form. Hindi pa ito huling anyo ng crypto. So marami pa tayong makikitang use cases. Marami pa tayong makikitang, developments in this. We're early, guys. In fact, in crypto industry in general, sabi nga nila, we're always 5 years early. Kasi nga, sa dami na nangyayari. So, I would rather just put more. Make it a habit. Buy slowly rather than, take money out.
Yan. So the next one is from Joyce Tadiosa. Where can we start learning about technical analysis?
Yun. So, like I got myself certified kasi, but it's kind of parang halos 2-year course din siya eh. So, then you have to take a tough examination in one of the testing centers in the Philippines. But if you want to learn naman about it, there's YouTube, guys. There's a lot of material for that. I personally created yung content ni Call Financial on technical analysis. I helped their technician make it. And I think si Juanes Barredo of Call Financial is a very good technical analyst. I learned everything I learned from him. And I think he has videos in the Call Financial page that you can actually learn from. So again, this guy is straightforward. Ang galing ng mga examples niya. This guy has been in the stock market for the past 40 years. It's what he eats for breakfast. It's what he talks about during lunch. So talaga the technical guy of all time. So look for him. Juanes Barredo of Call Financial. Look for him in the pages of Call Financial, and he'll give you a very, very good lesson in technical analysis. Ita-type ko yung name niya, guys, para nasend ko lang pala sa kay ito pala. Okay, sige. So Juanes Barredo. Ayan, si Mr. Juanes Barredo. Great guy, bro. The best technician in the Philippines.
All right. Parang yun na yung mga questions involved during this webinar. And I think, okay. Kala ko meron pa eh. I think that is all the time we have to entertain the questions. And thank you to all the participants who willingly wanted to know more. And thank you, Sir Martinez, to answering at most of your expertise. If I may ask, Sir Martinez, may we ask for a way for participants to channel their questions
Sure.
to email or any social media platforms available for them to interact?
I have my email here. You can email me whatever you want to ask about cryptocurrency. Then edmund.martinez@pdax.ph. It's in the chat box. Or if you want to hang out with us, then punta kayo sa Fresh Money, 5 p.m. every Monday. We have a show. You can go there and greet me. Hey, sir, I'm from PUP or from the PUP event. Then I'll shout out tayo, then you get to ask your questions also. Yun. That's it. Or, sorry, meron pala kaming Discord channel also. Minsan nandun ako, but I'm mostly in Fresh Money. So, mas maganda dun sa Facebook community ni PDAX.
Yan. So, thank you po. And may we request si Sir Sir Thomas Derek Evaristo to open their camera as well. Yan. To express our gratitude towards the participating opening remarks, guest speaker, and to the webinar's main guest speaker, we present this certificate of appreciation first to the opening remarks guest speaker, Mr. Thomas Derek Evaristo.
Thank you.
Ayan. For being a speaker in opening remarks on the webinar titled as Traversing the Value of NFT, Crypto is More Than Just Trading, an event organized by computer engineering students, given this 21st day of the May 22 at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, College of Engineering and Architecture Building, Anonas Corner, Pereza Street, Santa Mesa, Manila. Signed by our webinar organizers, Katrina J.B. Suico, Ayesha Ashley V. Esteban, Dominic Johan de los Reyes, Richmond Job L. Lacar, and to our course advisor of CMPE 30261 Field Study and Seminars, to Dr. Arvin R. De La Cruz, PCPE, and to our Dean of College of Engineering, Dr. Remedios G. Ado, PCPE, and to our Chairperson of CPE Department, Engineer Julius S. Cancino, PCPE. And then the next one is for Mr. Edmund Daniel P. Martinez. We present the Certificate of Appreciation for his outstanding and honorable presentation on the webinar titled as Traversing the Value of NFT Crypto is More Than Just Trading, an event organized by computer engineering students. Given this 21st day of May 2022 at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines College of Engineering and Architecture Building, Anonas Corner, Poresa Street, Santa Mesa, Manila. Signed again by our webinar organizers, our course advisor, Dr. Arvin R. De La Cruz, PCPE, and our Dean of College of Engineering, Dr. Remedios G. Ado, PCPE, and Chairperson of CPE Department, Engineer Julius S. Cancino, PCPE. All right. So thank you again to our opening remarks, guest speaker, and to our webinar's main guest speaker for any announcements and promotions. Mr. Evaristo, do you have anything to promote or
Nothing naman.
announce?
Yeah. So lang mag-thank you sa PUP for organizing.
Ayan.
Dami ko natutunan kay Sir Martinez.
Thank you rin, Thomas. Good
Thank
luck
you.
on your pare. Ano ba yung project mo?
For now, small project lang siya. It's called Angry Dolphins. Ethereum
Sorry?
blockchain siya. Angry Dolphins.
Angry Dolphins.
Promote ko na
Tingnan ko rin, bro.
Sige. Medyo startup pa lang siya, small project.
Ayos yan, pare. Pag maganda yung community, okay yan. Angry
sige.
Dolphins.
Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
then.
Thank you. And then for Mr. Martinez, do you have anything to promote or announce as well?
Ayun, again guys, you're one of your best assets is your youth. Yung dahil bata pa kayo, you can make mistakes, you can use time to your advantage. And also, please try to learn Golang. We need a lot of developers for Golang. If you have time or you want to just have a hobby, then Golang is the perfect language for blockchain and cryptocurrency, which is going to be the future. So make sure you add it in your hobbies. Yun lang.
Ayan, plugin ko lang uli yung promo ni Sir Martinez, yung mag-download na kayo ng PDAX Wallet app.
Correct.
Para di ba, may chance pang manalo ng
2,000 pesos worth in Bitcoin, di ba?
Grabe yun.
In 10 years, baka mamaya, $1 million na yan. Alay mo, di ba? Tago mo lang, pare, di ba?
Ayan. All right. For our announcements, we will be having another webinar series today, as well titled Introduction to Customer Relationship Management, or CRM, by Engineer Jan Ruel Tenya at around 6 o'clock to 8 p.m. If you are interested, feel free to register at the facebook.com GSREO, links provided in the Facebook and Zoom and chat boxes. Then, lastly, Dr. De La Cruz, do you have anything to promote or announce?
None, sir.
Ayan. All right. Sir, proceed na po tayo sa closing remarks.
Okay. Good afternoon sa inyong lahat. So to all the participants, so far we are still 142 in the rooms. So meron siguro nagkaroon lang ng technical difficulties in the internet connectivity. And I would like to thank Sir Edmond and Sir Thomas for giving us an insight on this cryptocurrency. So it's part of the processing nowadays. No, it's part of the culture that we are indulged with, especially in the computer engineering, as we try to look into the blockchains and the cryptocurrency. It's also parts of the For the information of all, it's also part of the graduate school programs that we try to discuss some of the financial management topic under the digital currency or the cryptocurrency. So especially on the specialization track of all the programs in engineering and in masters in engineering program. I would like also to give thanks to the organizer of this webinar for their efforts to manage the event and to also acquire permission from our speaker for them to share their knowledge. And then we would like also to invite everybody that we have upcoming seminar. You could visit GS Rayo Facebook page for the posting of upcoming webinars and events. We will be having the Software Engineering Day by June, and you could also subscribe to the YouTube channel RV Network for all the streaming of our event since last month until the Software Engineering Day. Will be posting our FB page live streaming and YouTube live streaming of from for this semester. Again, I would like to thank everybody for enjoying this seminar or webinar, and I hope you be part also of the future events. And don't forget to evaluate the events so that we could give you your e-certificate via email. Thank you, and good day to all.
Ayan. So thank you, Dr. De La Cruz, for your closing remarks. And we are now proceeding to the most awaited part of the webinar, which is the release of evaluation forms and photo ops. They will be sent to you momentarily in the Zoom and Facebook chat boxes, so don't forget to fill them up today in order to receive your e-certificates as well. Please do take note that we will close the evaluation forms at around 6 p.m. and late submission of participants may no longer receive your certificates even if they have registered in today's event. May I also request the participants to open their cameras for the photo opportunity together with Mr. Martinez, Mr. Evaristo, Dr. De La Cruz, and the webinar organizers. Guys, huwag kakalimutan yung evaluation natin at na-post na siya ng ating staff. Thank you. Ayan, may hahabol pa ba? So I think ready na ba mag-screenshot ang ating staff? Yun. Okay. So currently taking picture of gallery 1. So 3, 2, 1, smile. Yan. Check natin yung gallery 2 kung may mga naka-open. Okay, for attendance, may isa lang to. Pa-screen cap na lang yung mga kahit hindi sila naka-open ng camera. Yan. So, I hope marami kayong natutunan sa hapong ito at in the future, dumagdag kayo sa mga future pioneers ng cryptocurrency sa bansa. Na syempre, mag-i-invest pa rin wisely. I hope everyone will be safe and will have a pleasant weekend. God bless everyone. Now, the Zoom meeting will now automatically be closed. Thank you.